Hey everyone, and welcome to After Hours.
Hey!
Woo woo woo!
How is everyone doing? We're super excited to be with you here tonight on this Thursday. Do we have all the mics on? Everything's
Yes,
good?
everything is good.
Oh, okay.
I'm on top of it tonight.
We'll find out in a minute if they tell us or not.
Doesn't happen very often, but I feel like I'm on top of things tonight, so you let us know in the comments, little chat below.
Let us know if you can hear us or not. Super excited to be here with you, like always.
Yeah, what happened last week, Mom? What happened last week? You tell us why we didn't have After Hours last week, because I got some text messages.
Oh, you did?
I got text messages.
I was actually sick.
People canceled their plans to watch us.
Oh, yeah, right?
I'm serious. I will pull up my, well, if my phone wasn't being used, I would pull up my phone right now and show you.
Yeah, I was actually pretty sick. I had a cold, and you can still hear the after effects of my cold right now, so excuse my voice. It's totally gone. I'm good.
That's
I'm
what
great.
they all say. It's totally gone. Yeah.
So yeah, I was just not feeling it.
You had that, and then I taught in Grapevine all day,
right.
so I was mentally gone.
Yeah, see, it wasn't all my fault.
We're not talking about me right now. We're talking about you. We're talking about you. We're not talking about me. So it was just a very long Thursday, so we had to take the night off. So we apologize for not being here, but we are here tonight with some fun stuff for you to see.
Exactly, exactly. Corey found this really cool product. Do you want to describe the product or just talk a little bit more?
Well, I have one thing to say.
Oh yes, do your part.
As always, before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to our channel. It's right down at that bottom right-hand corner. After you click on that subscribe button, click on the little bell that shows up so you can get notified whenever we go live here at After Hours or post some of our fun YouTube shorts.
There you go, exactly. You definitely want to be subscribed and share with your friends.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that still don't know about us, so share with your friends. We love having fun. We love watching you and answering your questions. And always know, feel free to put questions in the feed. We will answer those questions for you, whether they're live or after the fact.
Yes, definitely. You can see us fall out of chairs. There's so many things to do on this channel.
Exactly, exactly. Hey, so let's go ahead, before we get started, give them the tip of the day.
Madam, you literally just said, do your spill and then talk about what we're doing.
Oh, yeah,
And then you cut me off again. You know what? I'm just kidding. Go ahead. What's tip of the day?
So a tip of the day, because like we told you, we always want to give you this, just a simple tip of the day that most people know about, but hey, why not give it out anyway, is wide backs. If you don't know, we have a huge, huge selection of wide backs online and in our store. And by the way, our store is open. We get that question a lot. It is open to the public. But wide backs, we have tons.
Did we get that question?
Yeah.
Oh, because a lot of people think like we're like a wholesale only shop.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
retail and business.
Yeah, we definitely love helping the business. So if you're not part of our business program, check it out on our website. But now back to the wide backs, Mr. What I wanted to say is, like, for instance, you have a wide back, right? It's larger than a 45. But what a lot of people don't realize is you can buy 1 yard of wide back. And with ours, they're anywhere from $12.99 to $21.99, depending on the brand.
Depending on the brand.
Yeah, so like this one's 17. But anyway, you can buy 1 yard, and it's equivalent to two.
This one's not 17, but okay.
Equivalent to, it's close.
Close.
Equivalent to 2.45, is that the math?
Yeah,
again?
about 2.5 yards, not exactly, 2.4546783 yards on regular 44-45 fabric.
Exactly.
So if you're looking to, get a little bit more bang for your buck,
There you go.
you could go with wide back for piecing projects.
piecing, exactly.
You don't have to use it just for backing.
You can get your sashing and your binding all in 1 yard. And what? It's like so much more cost effective. What?
You're just so adorable
I
sometimes.
try.
Just so adorable. Get your sashing and your binding all in one thing. Look at that.
There
Boom,
you
bang.
go. Yeah, exactly. All righty, now let's go ahead and get to what we're really here about tonight.
But definitely hop on our website and check out our wide backs, www.longarmsupplies.net.
Yep.
We have over 530 of them.
Yes, we do. And the
And
link
they
is in the
can
description as
continuously
well.
keep coming. But yes, the description below.
Yep.
Okay, so tonight we are going to be looking at the FAB5 fan set. Say that 5 times fast.
FAB5 fan set. FAB5 fan set.
You already messed it up.
I know.
And what it is a combination of 5 different templates. And these are from Michael Davidson of Michael Quilts, shout out. And so these templates are used to create a beautiful Baptist fan quilting pattern.
Correct. For the hand-guided, right?
Hand-guided, or even if you have a computer-guided machine, sometimes Baptist fan on a computer-guided isn't fun.
Yeah. So
It's more fun just to do it hand-guided. So this is where it comes out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because of shrinkage. Shrinkage is
that's
not your
true.
friend when you're doing Baptist fan patterns because they have to meet at a very specific point.
Okay, gotcha.
And so doing it by hand even if, you have to drop the belts and do it, it's so much easier.
Okay, all right. Well, then you're going to show us how to use them, right?
Yes.
And we do have the link in our description below where you can purchase them from. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so let's head back to the machine, and I'm going to give you just a quick...
The 5 steps back.
the 5 steps back. It's not very far anymore. So I'm going to give you just a quick sample rendition on this red, and then we're going to do it on an actual quilt over here to the left once we kind of take you through how the templates are used. So again, there are 5 different ones in this set, and you're going to start off with the smallest one. And your extra tip today when we get over to the real quilt is working from the bottom of the quilt to the top. That's the easiest way to use these. The instructions that come with them talk about doing it from the top to the bottom. However, it's kind of hard to see behind the machine when you're working on this. So I'm going to give you another little tip on how to do that. So we're going to start with number 3. Now, I have added grip dots onto, I was nowhere near the camera. Why didn't you tell me, Mom?
It was a delay. I couldn't tell.
Oh, what's this? There we go.
go.
There they are again. So I've added grip dots onto the back of mine. Y'all know I live for some grip dots, and it just helps keep this nice and stable when you're moving it around.
Okay. We've had people that have said they've used them. They're really precise and love them. They can't, and others that can't wait to see the rulers.
They're
so
the
let's
best.
get at it.
They're the best. So when you first start out, your first bottom row, you've got this 90-degree straight line that's built right here. And you want to put that bottom of the quilt and left side of the quilt, you want to put that line right on top of that, okay? And you're going to take your machine, and for the first template, you're going to go from the top down to the bottom. If you do have a needle down function on your machine, use that because that'll help it whenever you're stopping. We'll pull up our thread first, set this where we need. I'm going to do a quick tie off. And once I get tied off, I'll move my hand so you can see it a little better. So you're going to hold that template. The smallest one, I just like to use my little 2 fingers. Slap that right on there. And then we're going to go onto here until we get to the bottom of our quilt. And we'll stop and we'll move this over. We're going to go over to the right. This is kind of a guesstimate right now. When you're at the bottom, you're kind of just guessing where you're heading. Now we're going to grab number 5. Again, you've got your lines, left and right, and that's going to match up on the quilt. So, Mom is saying you can't see me.
Well, it's kind of, no, it might be hard to see. I'm just wondering if we should put some more light on the subject.
More light on the subject?
No, we can see you that way.
What are you talking about?
Go ahead.
No, tell me what you're talking about.
No, the actual light, like turn the light on the machine, because I can't see your stitching. Yeah, let's try it that way. Let's just try it and see.
It reflects on the template, though. Okay, whatever you say. Anyway, line up your lines, and then for this one, once those are lined up, you'll hold the template in place. Start up your machine, and then you're going to head up to here. And that's your next one. So that's 2 templates down, then we're on to the 3rd one. We're going to travel up a little bit. Again, this is a guesstimate. Line up those 90-degree lines that are on the template. And bring your machine to touch the template, and then travel down. We're going to stop, and then we'll move over a little bit. Again, remember, this is at the bottom of the quilt, so it's all right if it's totally a guesstimate. Doesn't have to be perfect on this one. Okay, we've got that lined up. Press and hold. And back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Travel up just a hair. We'll stop that. Grab our last one, which is the 11. Get that lined up again. Left side of the quilt, bottom, have that set, a little bit of pressure, and we're coming over. Now, for this one, for your final template, when you come down to touch the bottom, we'll pause real quick so you can hear me. There is a little dash line right here. You're going to go back and get even with that line. So travel right back over the line you just drew. Or quilted, not drew. Travel back, and then you'll remove that template, and we're going to go back to number 3. So number 3, line this up. Now, you're going to use that bottom line. Where are we at? There we go. Bottom line on the bottom of the quilt, and then there's a tiny little dash line that represents the arc of the one you just finished, that final big one. So that tiny little dash line, you want to match that up on the previously quilted arc. Golly.
All the words together.
A lot of words together. So line that up, bottom line on bottom of the quilt, dash line on what you've already quilted, and then travel back down. And then replicate this process. So go over a little bit, line up your, that's a little better. You can see the dash line a little bit better on this one. So matching that dash line on this large one, and then the bottom line, bottom of the quilt. So it looks like I need to go over just a little bit more. There we go. Match those up, hold that in place, foot against the template, and travel up. Now what we're going to do here is we need to travel back up this arc right here to come back down with our next template. But what's the exact spacing we need to take? On your big 11-inch one, the last one that you use, those little dashed lines, those are your spacing markers. So line that up where you previously quilted. You should be at one of the dashes, go to the next one. So holding that, you'll travel up that already quilted arc to that next dash. You'll remove and go to number 7. Just back and forth, back and forth. Coming down with 7. Remove that, go over a little bit. Come in with 9.
That's really cool.
Match it. This is amazing. I'm telling you, it's the best thing.
We had some questions about the names again. FAB5 for people that are just joining us.
FAB5 fan set. FAB5 fan set. Match up those dash lines with that arc right there, and then the bottom of the quilt bottom line. Line that up. Foot against it. Travel up. One thing I did not mention, use a ruler base. This is the big thing. We didn't mention that. I have a ruler base on here, so always remember to use that ruler base. We're going back with 11 to get our spacing to travel up the arc of that last one that we finished. So we'll line this up the way we had it. We should be at one of the dashes. You're going to move to the next dash. You're on that dash, and for that final one down, we are using this 11 again, so just shift it over just a hair. Get that all nice and lined up and pretty. Hold it nice and taut and travel down. When you get to the end of your 11, you've got to travel back up to that dash to start number 3. Start back up to that dash, remove that one, and start back up with 3.
Awesome.
You seeing me okay?
Yeah.
Do I need to move?
No, I think we're good. Are you doing the whole row, or are you going to jump on
I was going to do one more without a lot of talking, so we can just follow, and then we'll move to the actual quilt.
Okay.
Okay, so we're starting with 3. They are odd numbers. We're 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11 when I'm talking about this. So line up dash and bottom line. Do we need to move the camera over? Go ahead and do that real quick. So you'll line up dash line on the arc you've already quilted and bottom line on the bottom of the quilt. Set that right up next to the foot. Hold nice and taut and travel down. Travel over. We're going to grab 5, line up dash line, bottom, and go up. Grab your largest one, number 11, and set it on the last one, the last full set that you made. Line up dash line and bottom line. Travel from one marker to the next. Remove. Now we're off to 7. Line everything up. And travel. Go over. Off to 9. And I need to go over just a hair more. There we go. Line that up. Back to 11, the last full one that we completed. Line up your markings. Go from one dash to the next. Your final one is made with an 11. So you just scoot that over, line up, and go for it. Whenever you get to the bottom, travel back to the first dash that you see, and you're ready to start your next section.
So I'm not sure if you're going to show this in a minute, but if you're not going to show it over here, can you show them just a couple how you attach top and bottom?
We will show that over there.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
we're
right,
going to do the next one. We're going to do
in a few minutes.
Yeah, the next one we'll do one full row.
Okay.
And I'm going to be mostly quiet. It's going to be more quilting.
Okay.
And then we'll get up and we'll show you how you attach each piece.
All right. Well, I have a game for you.
You have a game?
Yes.
I'm excited.
Someone
in our social media team said you were going to do something, and I didn't believe them.
Yes. So here we
But
come
I feel like I should have believed them. Okay,
well,
what
you
are we
guys,
doing?
you know I love to do games. Okay, you're on that side.
I'm on this side, okay?
Just to kind of break it up and have fun. Just so we always have fun. I know you're
Okay.
always having fun quilting, but just so. So you want to take your balloon and stretch it. Hopefully they can see us okay.
Yeah, we could zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
I think you're kind of
We'll make this really quick so we can get back to all the fun over there.
I have so many questions about what's about to happen.
So I'm going to give you an example, and then you have to figure it out from there.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So the idea is you're going to blow the balloon up into the cup and catch the cup and put it into the next cup. And you have to tower all of them. So you have to figure out which way to go first. What you would do first, okay? So for instance, you're going to take your balloon.
No, this isn't fair. You're cheating.
And go like that and pick it up, and you're going to stack all your cups. Oh, this is going to be so fun.
So we have to stack all of these together and then stack these together with all of these?
So you have to go like this.
Oh.
I just gave you a hint. Okay, you ready? We'll see who wins.
Oh, I'm scared. Okay.
All right, let's take off our sound, though, so we're not like blowing in their face. Okay.
Hold on. Wait. Madam, wait. Hold on.
And go.
Listen. Done. No, you knew what you were doing, so I don't think this is fair. That was kind of fun.
Wasn't that easy and fun? Okay.
I think you should do it with like water next time to make it harder.
To make it harder?
Like to make the cups heavier.
Oh, yeah, that might be messy, though.
Should do this out of it. And? Oh,
So-
we're on carpet, though. You're right.
But you know what? It was
fun to
supposed to
do
be like
outside.
all with the red solo cups, but I forgot to bring them to the office. So
I think it was fun trying to make it work
to make
with
it all
those.
work.
Yeah,
So now we're going to use different size cups. Okay. I hope you guys had fun watching us. We always
That
like
was
to-
the game?
That was the game. I told you,
Oh,
it
I
was
was,
simple
I
and
was
fast.
waiting for you to have us like stand and jump and run around things.
No, keeping it simple.
Okay. All right. That's a
Don't
good
want to
way
do anything
to.
dangerous again.
That's a good way to talk about it. I mean, I'd like to fall out of my chair again, but other than that, I think I'm okay.
Gotcha. All right, let's switch the camera over.
Real quick, any questions you want to answer while I am doing that?
Let me see. So a couple questions.
Okay.
She said that she doesn't see them on our website, so we technically don't have them on our website right now. However, you can go to the website in the link and purchase them directly from Michael Quilts. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we will be getting them, but in the meantime, you can go there.
Yeah.
Unless you want to wait, and then we'll have them. But
Yeah.
Corey was so excited to show you what these things did. We couldn't wait.
I know. I got him I saw him at the quilt show, and he had them, and I was like, I need these. Okay, so this is your extra little tip. So, like we talked about, for this template set, starting at the bottom of the quilt and working your way up, just so you can see what you're doing, is a whole lot easier. So, what I've done here is I've cut enough batting, top, sides, and bottom. Give yourself a couple of inches, and I've rolled up my quilt top with the batting. Try to keep it nice and taut. You could go through and baste your entire quilt top, really nice. I just don't like to roll up unquilted fabric. I don't know why. There's something in me that doesn't like to do it. So I decided to go this route and roll up my quilt with the batting in it, because you're only doing one small little row at a time, so you can have that little excess part of your quilt top sitting up here. So I've got that rolled up, set it here at the bottom, and I'm going to roll out the quilt a little bit to that first section, wherever it hits your bar and wherever it stops. One thing to note with this template, whether you're using red snappers or you're pinning on your leader, make sure that the quilt is far enough up that your bottom line of your largest template, number 11, that can touch the bottom of the quilt but not interfere with your red snapper or with your pins. Where in this case, I can't get to it without sitting on top of this. So I'll roll up the quilt a little bit more and just shimmy it up just a hair. That way when I lay that bottom line down, that it's hitting that but not running into this. I have plenty of excess backing to account for giving myself plenty of space right here. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. I'm going to go ahead and baste down the bottom of this. Would have had this done already, but I wanted you to see the process to get the idea of what we're doing here. So I'm going to roll through and baste this rather quickly. No exact science to the basting on this, trying to keep it as straight as possible. As we go. So I'm going to zoom through that one real quick. While I'm doing that, Mom's going to talk.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so what I was going to say, for the ones that are looking for that, we will have them on the website by tomorrow for pre-order. So you're definitely we'll have the link on there, and so that you are welcome to pre-order them.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Because we're getting them in, we just don't have them in quite yet.
I love that. Anything else you want to add to the conversation while I'm basting?
Oh, you're doing such a good job basting. I was watching you.
All right, so basting down the bottom and then up the sides just for what I can fit in my throat space. Obviously, we're not going all the way up because it is rolled currently up in here. So let me baste this right, and then we will baste the left real quick. Trim that and come over here.
So we had someone say it's like a backwards floating technique.
That's a genius way of putting it.
That's what one of our
backwards
viewers
floating.
said. I'm like, oh yeah, that is cool. Backwards floating.
Backwards floating. Oh, there you go. I like that. Trademark. All right, got that done. Now I'm doing a thread to match this quilt a little closely because I really want to use this after the fact. So these first couple of goes might not be the easiest to see, so just keep that in mind. You're up, Mom.
Up.
Do you want to do this?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. All right, again, starting on the bottom.
You can just knock it out for him.
Okay. Starting on the bottom, use your lines and line that up. Can we see everything good? Yeah, okay. We'll set this here, pull up our thread. If you were in your basting mode on your machine, make sure you change it out of basting so you can do whatever stitches per inch that you would like. Ask me how I know. Travel down, over. Move in with number 5. Line that up, and up. Again, I know you can't see it 100% perfect on this. I will get to that when we get there, but starting at the bottom with this border, the thread color of choice blends perfectly into it.
Well, that's what you want. So they're going to be able to see the dimension of the quilting,
Oh,
how
yeah.
you're getting it. So,
Yeah.
and a lot of times when this is actual, like you're on an actual quilt. So
I mean, yeah, that's really what's happening. You might want to zoom in just a hair. I bet they'll see it maybe a little bit better with some camera shifts. But once you get flying with this and you understand the method, you can see how fast this bad boy comes together. Just have them lined up down the... Oh, don't drop the template. That's half the battle. I gotta get down, getting back up's the other half of the battle. Alrighty. And we're back in business. All about lining up and going. I love this template set. Going to the next one. Getting that set. And going. This is like where we need really calming music playing. You know? What's a topic we can talk about while we do this?
no, I just think just do it so they can learn. This is a good tutorial. We're not distracting them.
Matching up those dashes. traveling up, and then final one, so we're shifting over. Should have turned off the machine. It just took off on me.
Yeah, it definitely is. Once you get it going, it's a lot faster than...
Oh, it's super duper fast when you're not explaining it. I love explaining it though, that's the thing. It's so cool. If I turn off the light, do you think you'll see the dimension better?
You can try.
Ooh, the templates glow.
No, you can't see it.
Nothing?
Nope.
Nothing? Okay. Well, I'll turn the light back on. Sorry. There's that. Okay, there we go.
So after done with this fan, can you go up and show the connection?
Yeah, we can bounce over on connection. Normally you would quilt out an entire row first.
Of course, yeah. Of course.
I'm giving you that disclaimer. Yeah, go ahead and quilt out an entire row ahead of time. Alright. Alright, let me roll this up. Can I do one more?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me do one more tiny one real quick. One more piece, repeat. There you go, that's the word. That way we can get into the actual inner part of the quilting, or the quilt, and see more of the quilting.
Okay.
Ooh, that could have been bad. I'm telling you, templates are just all over the place.
They're flying.
They're
flying
flying.
templates. In case you're just joining us, Corey is actually showing the FAB5 fans right now. They're made by Michael's Quilt, and we are just showing you how to use them, how awesome they are, and if you like them, we will have them on our website for pre-order starting tomorrow.
Put in this final one, and
we're just
roll.
going to show you kind of how it is and then how to inset it on top. So the next step is he's going to show you how he goes up and combines them.
Definitely. Okay, let me roll up the quilt, or
Okay.
I guess roll down the quilt.
Roll down the quilt, yeah.
Roll down the quilt real quick.
And while you're doing that, we had a question on how tight do you normally load your backing?
Good question, actually. When it comes to the tautness of the backing, you don't want it super duper tight. I mean, this one has a good, let me move the machine off it so you can get a good feel. But this one's got a good bounce to it. I don't want to over tighten it because at that point you could cause needle deflection and skip stitches with that. So you want to have a decent bounce to the quilt as it goes. That way, as it's also quilting, it helps alleviate the puckers that you have in the back. If you overstretch your backing when you are quilting the quilt top in, if you've basted down your edges, that quilt's going to pull in with that backing and cause puckers on the back. And then that's a whole nother issue at hand. So give yourself just a nice bounce in the backing.
A nice bounce.
A nice bounce in the backing.
Alrighty, so you're going to rotate it.
We're going to roll it down, back.
Back, down, forward, front.
One of these, when you roll it, also keep in mind you have a ruler base on, so you have less throat space than you're used to. So just make sure that you can come up and you can get to the, inside that last row that you've already quilted, because you don't want to get it too close, get going, and whack, can't do anything with it.
Yeah, always good to double check.
Always good to double check. So I've rolled back my reverse floating quilt top, and then we'll be able to start that first section. So everything's nice and bouncy, got a nice bounce to that.
Do you need to stabilize the side at all?
I'm okay.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm here with it, so I don't need to stabilize the sides of it. We're all good. Okay, let's do this, and we will get, oh, you can see the quilting. Yeah. Beautiful, we'll get going. And let me get everything lined up. And we'll start heading to it. So what we're going to do, again, even though we're at now in the next row, what we are going to do is use that left line. Where are we? Here we go. Use that left line on the left side of the quilt, and then there is a dashed bottom dash line on this. That's going to be on top of the last quilted arc that you've done. So line that up, get that dashed line, bring your machine over, set it here. We're going to pull up our bobbin thread, do a quick tie off in that section. Then we can set these up. So you're going to travel and touch the previous row that you quilted. So we'll travel down, touch that, take your 11. Now this one's a little different. You're going to take your 11 and just find the extra dashes that it has. Let me get you a little bit of a closer zoom on this so we can get a better feel for what we're doing. There we go. That's nice. There you go. Take that 11 and line up one of those dash marks. That's also that big arc that you've done, so you know you're on that right arc train. Line up that first dash with your needle and then travel down to meet up another dash. Right there. You'll grab the next one in the sequence, which is number 5. Left line on the left side of the quilt, big dash line on the big arc of the previous row. Get that all nice and lined up and pretty, just like that, and then travel up. This is just kind of like an arbitrary jump, just kind of guessing as we go to number 7. Left side line on the left side of the quilt. And then you've got extra crossing arcs now at this point. So you've got the arc from the previous one right there. You've got this arc right here. So you're just getting those lined up with what's already quilted. It doesn't have to be 1000% perfect. Each of your Baptist fan quilts will probably be a little different, which is cool. It has just everything to do with shrinkage. So get the majority of those lines lined up and go for it. Have fun with it. Get to that stitching. Grab your 11. Get that lined up. Get you dash to dash. There we go. Now we're on 9. Get your marks lined up. Left side of the quilt. Crossover arcs right here, and we're good to go. Travel up that way. Go up. Grab your last one, your 11. Line up your lines. Again, as close as you can. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Travel down. Same thing you did in your first row. When you hit that stitching, go back to that first dash mark that you have closest to you, and that'll start you up on number 3 for the next set. So now we're getting into the actual quilt so we can actually see the stitching more. You get a good idea here. But we're going to get you a better idea over here. So let's get that set up and start with number 3. Now, we are going to be following the dash line marks going forward because we don't really have that left or right line to follow. So we're following those dashes. So line up your dash marks with the rows that you've already quilted and go for it. Get that on that line. Grab your 11. Dash to dash. As close as you can. Well, let's rotate it right about there. There we go, that's nice. Yep, dash to dash. Boom. Come back with number 5. Line up the dashes, the stitching dashes. Gotta come up with different names for these. And travel back. Okay. again with the 11, because now we're on an arc. We're going to be using your 11 anytime you're stitching up that arc. Use your 11 and go for your outside dash to dash. Right there. Now we're off to numero 7. Lining up dash marks, quilting dash marks. Again, now this is where it starts, you can really start to see shrinkage. Like these bottom ones don't cross perfectly where they already hit, but this big one does and that one does. So that's what I'm going off of. Again, does not have to be perfect because it's still going to yield a beautiful result. Absolutely stunning result. Come in with our 11. We're going dash to dash to get our spacing. Back in with 9. Line up those dash marks, those quilting dash marks. Just like that. That'll work. Okay. And we're up. To that quilting. Grab 11. Small dash to small dash. Move that over. Line up our marks as best as we can. Remember, it does not have to be perfect. You're going to be saying that in your sleep. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect. We are here to have fun. Okay, and when you're on your final 11, when you get to touch that previous row, back up to the first closest dash. And then we move on to the next one. Let's do one more repeat together. I don't know where Mom went. She left me. So we'll do one more together. Line up your quilting dash marks on the template and go for it. Just remember, always starting with number 3, you're always going down. Always go down. Don't go up to keep the consistency of the quilting. It helps for sure. Ask me how I know. Okay. Small dash to small dash. 3 to 5. Quilting dash marks matching the quilting on the quilt. Ooh. Oh, and now this is the test. This is where y'all get to see how good my overstitching is, or if it's not good at all. Small dash mark to small dash mark. Ooh, hot dog. It don't get better than that. Off to 7. Line up your quilting dash marks and go for it. To 11 to get dash to dash on the overstitching part. And 9. If you are putting comments in the comment feed right now, I'm sorry I'm not answering them because I don't see the screen right now, but I will get over there in a minute. Traveling up. On 11 again, dash to dash. There, and then move 11 over. Line up your quilting dash marks. Right there. And travel down. From here you would tap that one and then go back up for you to start number 3. And you would do that all the way through the process. And that same process repeats all the way through the quilt. So it's understanding the method of which template to go to for what thing. But it will really help you spending some time practicing. And then to do this Baptist fan, you could be knocking these out super duper fast with the FAB5 Fun Fan. So I'm just adding in words. Template set at this point. I've lost my co-host, ladies and gentlemen. I've lost my co-host. I don't know where she went this evening. But that was that quilt. Let me look at comments while y'all are going with it. Let's see. Okay. Talia said, always wondered if you could go from bottom to top. I have several pantos that I think would be done better this way. You can definitely do your quilting from the bottom of the quilt to the top of the quilt by rolling it up, doing that technique. Now, if you are doing pantographs, you definitely want to make sure that you've got the right amount of spacing with having that quilt rolled up on the actual frame still, because when you're doing your pantographs, you're on the back of the machine. Unless you have Pantovision on an Innova. You're doing it on the back of the machine, so you can't really see what's going on that quilt top, and it will only take you one time of accidentally quilting the excess quilt top and the batting onto that section. So you definitely want to watch out for that, but it can definitely be done. It's a really cool technique to do that reverse floating.
I'm back.
Huh?
So
Oh, she's back. We found her. I thought she left.
I was just letting you do your thing.
Oh, well, thank you. I had fun. Where'd you go?
I was just getting them on the website so they could. I was just getting them on the website so they could pre-order.
Oh.
They're there. It's not perfect yet, but it's there.
Don't judge her.
Just got to get a few more pictures. I just didn't finish that.
So we had a question on what is the price and the lead time to receive them?
Yeah, so that's a great question. They're going to be, well, they're going to, at this current time, they're $59.99 for the set.
Right.
And it'll be, if you pre-order them, we should have them within about 2 weeks. And then we'll be able to ship them out after that.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
I know he's out, he's teaching right now on a cruise, so
yeah.
we got to be a little iffy on that.
Yeah.
But either if you order them on his website or ours, it's right now at this given point, it's about a two week time.
But after that, if you're watching this video later, you can just order them online.
Definitely.
Yes.
So did you learn something?
I did.
Even though you left?
Yes. I watched you on the red one, though, so we're good.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, she came out and checked on me
There you
when
go.
I was studying.
That's right.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We hope you had a great time learning a little bit more about the FAB5 Fun Fan Set.
Yes.
Is it just FAB5? FAB5 Fan Set.
Fan set, yeah.
I'm adding fun into it because it's so much fun.
There you go.
There was something else that I always say.
No, we'll see you next time. That's about it.
Okay, we're going to go with that. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you next week here at After Hours. Bye.
Bye.